Welcome. Uh, in this session, we'll try to see the Maya's features called set driven, and this is one of the best features which I found. You can do a lot of stuff. I'll show you some examples. Let's take I got this van. If it's moving forward, you can see the gates are opening. I'll move a little bit forward, 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 and close this. Okay. So there's a link is created between the van's translate and the two doors. How it is done, this is the topic which we are going to learn. This is nothing to do with animation, it's a linking. You're creating a connection between the two attributes or the two objects. Okay, let's say file here. I'll try to open one small basic example. Fine. Yeah, here I got two balls here. One is ball 1 and ball 2. I clearly named it. So what I want is that if this ball moves in y-axis, they should scale like this. So you should be very clear that you should understand, if this moves in y-axis, ball 2 should scale in all three axes. Driver is always one object, one attribute. Driven, n number of objects, n number of attributes. Let me be very clear. Okay. Now I should go to animation. You can press F2 to go to animation, and in animate we got this option called set driven key and set. It's here, animate, set driven key, set. Once you open this option box, you can select this is a driver, because if this is moving in y-axis, so I'll load driver. Can you see ball 1? Now select this object, load driver. And what is the question? If this moves in y-axis, translate y and scale. Once I select this attributes, you can see this key is switched on. This key is nothing to do with animation. I clearly tell this. We are creating a connection. We are creating a link. So key. So I said that I created a link now. The link is that when the object is here, the scale value should be this much. Now I'll move it some units like this. Then select the sphere, scale it, and key. If you see here, ball 2, it's a link is created, but we didn't even animate it anything. Now close it. Now select ball 1, move it down. Okay, did you understand what is set driven now? It's creating a link between the two objects, or one driver and number of drivers. This is one example. So first try this example. Create two balls, plan some problem that if this moves, there should something happen. You can do it rotation, scale, and all the stuff. Okay, I'll show you some more examples. Let's take this one. No, I'll go for this one. Alright, I simplify this. Now here is that I want this to rotate. Okay, axis. If this rotates in what is the axis? Z. And this door should open. And what is the axis of this one? X. In this option we got one driver, this is a lever, and we got two doors. Okay, we can go to animate, set driven key, set option, select this lever, load driver. You can select these two objects, load driver. See, got two objects. This is rotation X, and this one is also X. That's good. And this one is rotation Z. So select rotation Z, select these two objects. You should select both the objects and rotate X and say key. So when the value is something else, I should have made it 0, but okay. this is a default value. Now I'll try to rotate, like let's take minus 45 degrees. Then we can select this object, rotate it. I'll put some 145 degrees, and this one minus 145 degrees, and key. Now if you want to check it out, minimize it. Right, you got it? Now what I'll do, I'll try to add some more to it. That is bang. I'll put minus 45 degrees. The doors are open. Now I want this object to come all the way from here like this. Means the lever should still go on rotating. It's easy now. Once I come back here, now rather than lever control, you say, now I'll select this one, which is called a picker or something else as a load ribbon. What should it happen? It should move in Z axis. Okay. Rotation, translate Z. And what the other thing is that I want to come to this side and move it down also. I'll go for 2 axis and say when the lever is 45 degrees, this will be the position T. Now I'll try to rotate it minus 60 degrees. Now moving it down straight like this. Okay, I'm just trying to. Now key. Now I'll try to rotate once again. Rather than 60, I'll go for some 75 degrees. It should go down like this. Okay, I should have. Now key. Don't forget to click on key. If you forget it directly, the link will not be created. Now close it. Now try to rotate it. See, when there is value is 0, nothing is happening. So when I'm trying to rotate it till 45, it rotates. I'm going on. Now you can see the picker is moving. Okay, you got it? So this is the way it can be used. What? And now once again I'll give you this will be the last example which I'll be showing you. Okay, don't say the same. With the start of this tutorial I showed you one lesson. This is one model I made it, basic model, and I parented to this car transform. The thing is that it's translate X and they should move in Z axis. So now you must have clearly understood. So now select this object, anything else, go to animate, set ribbon key, set. That should be a driver because if this is going. Now select these 2 doors, translate X, and this is translate Z. I'll say key. At this position the door should close. Now if you can click here and select this object, move it a little bit closer. Now don't select it because you got 2 objects. I'll try to select it here. Okay, key. If you want to test it, you can test it now. See. Now what I'll do, I'll try to move it a little bit inside till it enters. I want the door still open, so I won't do anything. I'll just leave it as it is, but I just move the van inside the door and click key. Then what I'll do, I'll just push it a little bit inside. Now select the doors, shut it down. Right? Key. To test it, click on class transform, car transform, move it out. Okay. These are very basic examples. It's widely used in a lot of things. Okay, there's one thing which is smart. I won't be showing in this tutorial how to work on the set driven options. This is a small model which I did it. Now if you check here, this is your eyeballs are moving, but I linked the blend shapes of this object. Can you see? This everything is done using set drivens. If you check here perfectly, see, can you see the changes in the iris and all the stuff? Everything is linked. Everything is linked using set driven keys. So then I can select this object, undo. Okay. In the next coming sessions, I'll try to teach you more about connection editors and a little bit of expression editor, where you can do some small expressions and code, where you can write some animations, code animations, as well as some mail scripts. But once we learn all these features, we'll try to start working on a high-end character animation or character modeling and rigging and all the stuff. So practice. See ya. Bye.